All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is our Digital Trends Academy review. And now I want to share my screen because of the things I want to show you. There are so many things I want to tell you about. And one of the things is that the market is moving up. Who wants to know why? Why is it? There are so many, sentiments that are really moving up the market. One of us we talked about the other day that the government of India is now has already passed the law that crypto is now legal, but there's a tax increase, and that tax over 30% of their profit made is better than a total ban. But now the thing has raised issues around the world. Now, what do we do? You know why it raises issues? When you come to India, India is 1 point something billion people. Anything that has to do with India, am I still here? Okay, anything that has to do with India, I'm still I thought I'm up. Anything that has to do with India, India is 1 point something billion people. Anything that has to do with China, 1 point something billion people. So it affects the world. Now and then, India is among the G20. They have the G6, they have the G20, and then they have other ones. The G20 is the 20 most developed countries in the world. That's the G, the general. They are the general 20. Let me call it like that, G20. So they are going to hold a meeting. I get to talk about it. And then in that meeting, the officials are discussing the policy, the global regulations implemented. So now other central banks, governors of other countries, and ministers of finance, they will all be in this meeting. And they want to talk about crypto. Now look at it. India's Economic Affairs Secretary, as just said, has provided an update on what the Indian government is doing in terms of analyzing cryptocurrency legislation. He expects crypto regulation to be discussed at the upcoming G20 meeting for finance ministers and central bank governors. So now it has become a global issue. They want to know where are we going from here. They want to know. So now the sentiment is just driving the market. The day we put it there, it doesn't matter. This is just one news that is just going to, because the market is supposed to be fluctuating between 40 and 32. 32 was the lowest that it has gone. That's the bottom, based on what I've shown us. And then it goes to that point. But now, when it moves down and crossed 40, some people thought, okay, the 40, it will be like the resistance. So there will be a return. You wait for the return, but they didn't wait for the return. And so many people put a short trade based on technical analysis. But now the same technical analysis said if the market can cross to 42,500 or 600, that means you are in a bullish trend. So even as it is now, it's not your, but this is one of the things, the catalyst of the move. So now it's been discussed around the world. People are looking, how do we now do this thing? Because whatever it is, if they regulate it or whatever it is appropriate, let them talk about it, even in their G20. They need to know. Now, there's something I read here. There's something they are doing, which is not right. They said that, at this point, look at this one. This is a very wrong move. He said, at this point in time, we're interacting with various stakeholders, especially the institutional stakeholders and not crypto stakeholders. He detailed that. You understand? Stakeholders, these are people who are in charge of, who are mandated with that, who have that mandate of monetary policy, fiscal policy, maybe financial stability, development, anything that has to do with finance. That's the banks. Let me put it that way. Institutional, stakeholders, that's the banks, that those who are into like investment banks and some other people, but they're not talking to crypto people. So that's why they brought that tactic. But now, what is it doing? If they're discussing this thing and it's now for the good, it makes people to know, oh, this thing are going to be good. Because even America is looking for a way to now tax crypto. Now, if you are taxing something, you tax something that is good because there's infrastructure bill that they are doing, and they say that they're going to get the money to fund it through cryptocurrency tax. Now, you tax something. Is it good? It's good and bad somehow. Because it's bad, because we don't need the government, we don't need the bank interference. But it's good on the other hand because some people who don't understand crypto will only come into it when the government regulates it. There are billionaires who say that they don't want to come into crypto because the government cannot regulate it. So they want something that government can regulate, as if government has really planned good for them. So to us in the crypto space, it might not be good, but it brings a lot of players. Remember, crypto is played on 3 arms, which is the science. Science has to do with the algorithm, the codes, the everything that has to do and all the planning. That's the science. Then the technology. Then the number 2 is the technology. That technology is what? Blockchain. And then 3 is the economy, and the economy is driven by people. That's adoption. So if you have a very good science, build on top of a very good technology, without adoption to create the economy needed, this thing cannot go. So when people come, if people want to see government talk good about it before they come in, even when they come in and understand crypto and government, we not tell government to remove their hand, they will stay put because they will see, okay, we don't really need the government, we don't really need the bank. But this thing is just creating that atmosphere for people to come in. That's why, no matter what the technical analysis said, once there are sentiments that drives people into crypto, is demand and supply. It will take it up. That's why when we see it go down, we say accumulate. Even if you accumulate and it goes down, we do what we call ladder buy or dollar cost averaging system to buy more as it begins to dip. Some people are throwing somewhere and say this thing is going to dip to $35, $34. Okay. Based on the movement of what is happening now, it seems imminent that it will happen. But now, if one thing or the other push this price to a certain level, which we are going to look at, which I've already cleared the chart, so we have all the very easy chart to look at. If we get to that point, forget about it. After all, it is this month. It's supposed to be from 10th that we are going to be looking. Today is 5th. We have 5 days more. We are looking at a dip coming by tomorrow evening or Monday. But I don't know how deep that dip will be. The one that is coming tomorrow evening and then on Monday. It may dip and then take off, or dip more. But if you didn't touch 35, even at the dip, anything can happen. So, but I want to show you the catalyst here. Is this sentiment that is driving the market and making people to say, oh no, I don't know how to do this. What are we going to do now? What is this thing? So no. So that's just something we need to really know. I'm just checking the test. I thought somebody said you don't see my screen.
The screen is changed.
You said
The
what?
screen. The screen is changed.
It's what?
The screen, they are not showing that.
My screen is not showing.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's one thing I want us to really know, that this sentiment is moving. They are discussing it. G20 have not started. So that means this thing is going to drag more because they are about to do so. That means there's a long, days to go. And if they are discussing this thing in the G20 meeting, that means market will be reacting. Are you getting what I'm? So that's why we are looking at Sunday and Monday. So before as they continue the whole thing, the market will start reacting. Maybe other countries are talking positive. Okay, if this thing is real, okay, let's do the same thing in our own country. If this thing has come to stay, So what do we do? So imagine that coming out from the G20. So whatever you are waiting for is gone. No? I'm just telling you. So imagine that, because there will be a heated argument, and everywhere, CNN, all the places will be carrying it what they're discussing. And once they discuss that, that is expected that they will take that back home to go and discuss it, that this is what the body is doing. Because look at what he said here. That was it. I read this thing properly. He said, so now, he said, Economic Affairs Secretary said that the Indian crypto policy will not be finalized until after discussion at the G20 meetings. So he emphasized that whatever regulations are brought in, unless there is a global consensus, they won't succeed. Do you understand what I mean? There will be a global consensus. So he said it may be succeed 80 to 90%. Look at what I'm reading, please, so that you can get it. He said it may succeed 80 to 90%, but it will not be a comprehensive solution. So they want to discuss it in a way that every country has to go and discuss. He said that he said that Indian crypto policy will not be finalized until after discussion at G20 meetings. He emphasized that whatever regulations are brought in, unless there is a global consensus, they won't succeed. Is it good for us? I say it's good and it's bad. We don't need the government. We don't need the financial institution. But it will bring a lot of people into it, and later on we can take off the government. That's my take. So now, would there be a reaction in the market? Yes. Do you understand? So that's it. So now he said, I do expect that in the current year, the discussion could be started in the G20 forum on appropriate global response to crypto assets. So this is current. I'm telling you, they are planning for the meeting. So it's a bullish news, sincerely. This is bullish. For a long time, I don't like it. But what can we do? People who don't understand crypto, this is something that they like. So market is reacting. Since that news came in, some people are saying, what are they saying? 30% and all that. Well, this is a country that have 1.something billion people. Remember. And once they have 1.something billion people, let's say 600 million, at least, are adults that have money to come into crypto. You see what that will happen. So many countries like your own, our own country is about 200-something million people. So check, that's adult, children, and women. How many of people are in crypto? But yet we are doing as if we are the top, one of the second largest in crypto space. But now, look at what is happening in a country of that. It will spark global reaction. And crypto is going, just like America talking about this, despite their 200-something million people. It will really spark. So something is about to happen. So we need to just find a way and do it. Are you getting it? Now, when is G20 happening? That's the question, right? He said the first G20 meeting of finance ministers and central bank governors is scheduled to begin on February 17th. Do you see that we said, okay, from 10th to this, market will start, returning back based on what the technical analysis said. And now there is a meeting that is going to help that to work. So it's February 17 under the presidency of Indonesia. The second meeting for the finance chiefs will take place in April, and the third in July. Have you seen where you need to set up yourself? Because I have told us where we need to find time. Make sure we are calculating to it. So, this is big news. And the more they talk about this thing, discussing in February, even if in March, the Fed, the firm decided to bring their tax something, increase tax for this, then we come reach again and all that. In April, They started this meeting again and talk about it as a bullish news. Then in May, then June, July, there will be a takeoff. So from that time, you can begin to know that the year has done more than half. So it's going to another thing. So if this would now be the one that they will talk about, listen to me, that means if the first meeting is productive, they say something and all the finance ministers are like, okay, now we see what you are saying. Okay. This thing, we can't stop it. Then all we have to do is to regulate it. Let's make tax out of it and use it to develop our country. These people are doing legitimate business. We can't stop them. But then how do we regulate? It's hard to regulate crypto, but they are trying to find a way. How do we can't stop these people. But the more they talk positive about it, the more people try to know what is this crypto all about. And then they start coming in. There's more to this, but time will fail me to start detailing this thing one by one. So you just find a way, get to read it more, read it go down, and then understand the time and then the season that we are in. So now, pray hard that what will happen tomorrow evening, and that's tomorrow is Sunday, right? And then Monday, we'll bring crypto down for you to buy it again. Simple. Are you getting? The more we are going again, there's more other projects that will be coming in, some new projects that will be coming in that will know, okay, so don't buy everything. Maybe if you have, you can put 50% of your money and use it to buy, what you have, and then keep 50% for you to be able to now be able to buy some good projects that will be coming in between, because some good projects will be coming up between this February, March, especially those in the crypto challenge and all that. There are projects that will come. So you don't just have to dive into one space, except you are going to the swing project that we have, so that you can just swing and bring it back again and put it into crypto, because something is about to happen. Then technically, we are still going to expect something to come, and I'm going to talk more about that. So now, look at this now. Although this news is not correct, but somehow correct. You know why I say it's not correct? What happened is that it said Bitcoin returns to 40K, getting over 50 million of shots in hours. It is accurate, but it didn't have the whole news. I get when it hit 40,000, over 50 million trades that are on futures, because some people expected that there will be a drop, maybe get to 38, maybe 39 something, then so short positions we are in futures. This is the reason why I don't like futures. And over 50 million. But when I got the accurate data today, that's as at yesterday. What happened as at yesterday? When I got the accurate data, they said that, what I saw is that the crypto market has liquidated 269.98 million worth of positions in the last 24 hours. That's what happened in the last 24 hours as yesterday. They say most of them are on Binance. Binance alone on futures, they liquidated $96.96 million. That's what was liquidated. In no case, they liquidated $72.59 million. FTX, $47.8 million. So now, that's the reason why I don't like futures. The technical analysis shows that movement will be going, but now it has like changed the direction again. So with this one, it's not something that anybody should at this market. I don't let anybody who come in really to just go into futures. At the market that we are not yet sure of a direction. We are not yet sure of the direction it will go. The little drop I'm talking about tomorrow or so. Then now, there may be this news that is still disturbing around the market right now. When it goes to a point where a lot of people begin to look at the movement that just liquidate the whole thing. So when you expect there will be a short and the market shoot up, that's it, down. It's a liquidation span for BTC shorts. Data from Cointelegraph Market Pro and TradingView showed BTC USD suddenly jumped past the 40,000 on February 4, just 2 hours after the Wall Street produced rapid gains. At the time of writing, the pair was up 3,000 in 2 hours, an unexpectedly strong performance, which naturally caused sellers significant pain. You want to have pain? If you want to experience pain, if you want to know what pain look like, get into features. But if you want to really experience what crypto is all about, the best way to trade is to just be on a holding position, make a position trade, or have a swing trade open so that you can never lose. As long as you hold your position and you are in a very good coin, it's a matter of time. But these features, put it here, make money fast and all that, it can happen for some time, but it's not always there. So now, what is my take on the market? Now look at what I'm saying here. As you can see, this market is trying to create something that he has created before. This is one of the things I always use to show us so that we'll be able to learn. Now look at, I'm using a daily chart here. Now watch these moving averages, and then you understand what I'm saying. You watch the moving averages, you understand what I'm saying. Because now, first time we look at the dead cross that happened, there was one which brought it down, which is from here. You get that from here, then sorry about that. There's one from there. There's one from here, just like what I was trying to. Let me remove this first. Oh, so it's not okay. Let me use this one. All right. Now look at it now. When you look at this page now, let me remove it first. All right. Now look at this place now. We have these two positions here, as you can see. Let me use this one to show you. When you come here, we have the dead cross here, where it cross, and we have the dead cross here as well, which brought the market down. But now it has come down now, and then this one is already going to a point. When this red, when it's green now, this is the 200 moving average, crossed up here, which is exactly what we are having here again. That's why we are looking at 42.600. Because 42 point, or maybe 40, let me say 43, because 42 is 600 is exactly at that position. That is exactly at this position. This is it. That's 42.500. So let's say 43,000. Once you get to 43,000, then it has to create this movement. That means there will be an upward trend, as you see it here. That's exactly what we are looking at for right now. So now, with this movement, but there will be a drop, yes, a little drop tomorrow, next tomorrow, then drop, and then there will be a movement. But now it can decide not to drop. Even if it drop, it close it back the same day. That means it must end close at the top. So for now, it's not yet too late for anybody to say, okay, let me put a long position. Yes, it may work for you because there's a new sentiment going on already, moving around the whole world, playing out, okay, governments are looking at a way to do this. The whole country are coming together. G20 is at the top, industrialized nation in the world. So they are discussing on the way forward. How do we do this crypto? This crypto has come to stay. So there will be heated argument. People will talk for and against. But at the end of the day, the majority will have their way. And when they have their way, others will go back to their country and start discussing. So this debate is going to take crypto to another level. If you move this crypto to 43, let me say 43,000, that's at least you are moving at 46. Then a drop and a movement again. So now That means if you are at this point, nobody should even do anything like let me go on short or long if you are trading futures until we have a full movement that okay, what happened here has already is playing out. Yes, it's playing out, you can see. But now look at the point here now. If you look at it, it's almost like the same time. Just look at this movement from here. They're almost like the same time. From here now, that we have the dead cross down to this point. And then here we have the dead cross down to this point. It just look like, you know, the same thing wants to play out again from the dead cross. So now that means it's something that you need to really look out for and not think somebody would have said, okay, you know what, this thing is going to go to 35. Yes, it may go and go up. But based on what I'm seeing here, the market is on its way to something different. And all we have to do is just to make sure that you get yourself prepared about what is about to go, because the whole thing is about to play out again. It happened that way before, and it's here to happen again at this moment. And because it's about to happen at this moment, we need to be very careful of what we do, how we do it. But when you're on you are just buying and you are here for a long time, what are you interested in? If you even we are the ones begging it to come down because we feel like man, we never accumulated much. That's why we talk about cash flow. So that if you have a cash flow, you can be able to now come into the business and all that. That's exactly what it's all about. It's as simple as that. So all you have to do is to now to say, okay, how do I come in? What do I do? What do I do in this aspect now? Because the market is really showing us what to do next. What is it showing us what to do next? Don't do anything. If you are trying to trade futures, don't do anything. But if you are the kind that is trading on maybe you have a position or you're a swing trader, he said you should buy, but don't buy everything. So if it now changes to something better, you can now add more. If you now go up, okay, all right, no problem, you didn't lose, but you are praying for it to come down so that you do not come down, you start having heartache. That's not good for investment. That's not good for your health. We should not do that. You get it? So it's something that I want us to calm down and let's look at the market and take it little by little as you begin to build your wealth in crypto. You shouldn't be in a hurry to go and start. Let me do this, make money fast, do this one and all that. This is playing out. But it has to get to the point where if you get to that point, it has crossed the 200 moving average. And once it crosses it now, because that was the one that caused the death cross. And once it crosses it, this one will come back again to cross on top, to cross the other, the 50 moving average. Once it crosses the red one, that is it. We have already started going on to another level. That's an uptrend. Until we begin to see it dive in again, then we say, okay, the market is trying to play on something. But let me tell you, those who are talking about whatever they're saying, yes, we are still expecting it to be by the 10th, which is between 10 to 14. The news that are coming, even if it goes sideways now, which I don't think so, that it will go. Even if it goes sideways now, it's for it to go sideways to get to that point where it will not take off and all that. But for me, personally, I expect it to come down, but I'm not seeing it. I personally want it to come down, and I don't care what anybody feels. But I'm not seeing that. Even if it comes down, it won't get to 35 or 36. It won't be more than 35, 36, but I want it more than that. But based on what I'm seeing, it's not possible. But that's what I want. And I pray it happens. But if it goes up, the market has already played out whatever it's trying to play out here. Who are we to stop it? You can't. But if you ask me, I want it. So that's a matter of choice. And I know that we'll take the right choice and do the right thing. Okay, now let's move to the next thing that I want to show you today. All right, now I want to talk about Midas. Most of you are part of this project. We have done this. Last year we did it. When Miners started, it was very small. It doesn't look like it. That's how the thing that would make sense does not look like it. You don't have to let it look like it. You just have to just start. In Miners, you can stake as many coins. Look at all the coins that are here. You can stake. That time we are doing bonus. Use $300 to buy the burning platform, buy into the burning platform, and then there you now start getting run out of coin as it continues. Then at that point in time, if you can tell somebody about it, then from there you get 150 miners. Immediately somebody registered with 300, you get enter into the burnout, and then we'll get 300. And majority of us did it, I believe. And then, but some were just like taking their money out, and so we're keeping it. But now, why am I showing it is that most of you are looking for staking platform. Midas is a good staking platform. And Midas is doing really well. So you can stake Phantom, Aave, whatever that sushi, whatever you want to stake, some of the coin they have. And that's what makes them good. Because they have a staking platform. That's one thing is that they will use not only their own coin, they have other coins to come and list. That's why their reputation is strong. Because based on you're not only providing a staking platform for yourself, other coins are taking their place and they are aiming. So with that, you can just invest your coin and then keep up and then begin to grow. But most people don't know that they need to do that. So look at Midas now. Look at Midas. Midas is at 18.88 right now. It's going up seriously, and it's going to go more up. I don't know how many of you that still have your Midas. I still have mine. And my own, I just locked it up there, so I'm talking about it. How much did we buy? When I bought Midas, it was 0.0 something. That was last year. Before we start doing this thing, I bought some and all that. Let me show us. Let me see the all-time low so that you can see what I'm saying. Look at the 0.0. Now, this is simple. This is 2021. You can see it here, 2021. It is 0.00182. So that's the reason. And it was January in 2021. Just like what we're doing right now. What is especially in the crypto challenge. We're buying things now. Some of you are just looking at it. I'm supposed to bring out this thing in a challenge, but because it's for the fact that why I put it in the general is that most of us in the general know it. Some people in the challenge don't know much about the miners. Okay, that we have some players that know about that place, but not everybody. So when we are buying and all that, some people will even say, I want to go and withdraw my miners. I want to withdraw it. I say, why are you withdrawing? I say, leave it now. He said, no, I want to withdraw, can I withdraw it to my Binance? I say, yes, you can withdraw to Binance. So they want to just to be sure if miners can be turned to Bitcoin and sent to Binance platform because it's not on Binance. So that was just the thing. The right, no. Somebody will just look at it. If it is now that we have something like that we call crypto challenge that I told you not to do, you have to do it because that one is strict instructions not to. But that one was not, everybody have the life one. I'm not close you to a point where you can understand that this thing has to stay for some time. So imagine that you accumulated 0.081 something. Most of like at this point in time now, with just $500, you can get over 30,000 of this coin at that time. And people are earning it every day, 150, you make 150 miners. But yet, people didn't see the future. This is all about long-term, guys. Just look at a crypto that is good. Don't bother about the crypto fluctuation go up and down. It's none of your business. What are the developers' objectives? What are the future? Where are they going? Even like, because this thing really went up and down. There was a time you even try and manage and get to 50 cents, later it moved down, go to $1. Before you know it, don't go to $2, go to $1. It's just like this thing is crawling, it's not making any headway. But the future looks good. So now, you just have to, I don't know, most of you still have your miners, please keep it good. You know, the reason why some people lose interest is because miners were doing burnout, they later stopped the burnout, but they didn't ask you to take your coin out. So maybe some people now say, if you have not touched your coin, maybe you have thought that it's something that I've lost. Please open your miners now, and please don't sell, even as of now. Because to me, miners is going to go to $400 to $500 for one. So keep your coin if you have not sold. Me, my own, I don't know can see. So I just want to remind us not to sell. For those of you who feel, okay, I see that $18, but let me rush and go and sell. No, you don't need to. Any problem that cannot wait for your money to multiply, for you to solve it, it's not your own problem to solve. Forget it. Another person will solve it. It will pass. Any challenge, the one they called you in the village, your brothers are talking to you and all that, and it cannot wait for your money to multiply before you solve it. Except it's something that will you, maybe it's only you. It's for your children, or for they don't have any other person, you are the only one. So you can't keep your children out and all that. But if it is your brothers, your siblings, and all that, you don't do it when the time comes, because your money needs to multiply. And when it multiplies, except you have money somewhere, use it to solve. It's good to help. I help a lot. I do that, but not to my own detriment. There's one thing I don't. I'm not someone that helps foolishly. I do things right, because tomorrow, what counts is how much have you, made, and how many lives have you helped. You need to help the life, but at the same time, you need to be strong to continue helping, or else tomorrow they say, no, don't mind him, just waste all his money and so many things. So be very careful and don't start wasting the fortunes, the thing that will create fortune for you tomorrow. Please be financially disciplined so that we can go to the next phase. I think we're done here. The next thing I want to talk with the few minutes that we have, so that I can now have your feedback, is a coin known as Terra Luna. That's the coin I want to talk about today. This coin is going to do a lot for people, but it's only for some few people. I don't know how many people that have it. I don't know how many that have this coin, but it's a very good coin. I could remember one time, that was last year, when I called this coin for us to buy, and then somebody bought it at $8. Bought it then at $8 then. I came in late, bought it at $8. And then the coin go to $20, and later it turned back to $16 or something, or $17. No, $8, $16, it bought to $500. So at least $500 come to $1,000. It's 1,000 plus. And later on, come back to get to 16. So he now said that he wants to sell. I said, what? I said, are you going out of crypto? He said, no. I said, do you need money? Do you need that money now to do something? He said, no. I said, are you going out of cryptocurrency that you want to sell and leave? He said, no. I said, no, why? He said, you see, the thing is, it went to 20 and it's coming down. He has come down to $16 from $20. I don't lose some money. I said, why are you looking into it every time you open your wallet to be checking it? What's your problem? He said, should I leave it? I said, leave it. Except you want to go out of cryptocurrency. Then you can sell and then leave the crypto world and go. You get? So that's just how far people can go, because it's easy to take the shortcut and leave the market. That's how it is. But whichever way, I want to explain a little about this coin for us today. Before I do that, I have hand raised. Mr. Stanley, what do you have to say?
Good evening, Mr. Innocent. I just wanted to say that I still have my Luna. So carry on with your explanation.
You say what?
I just wanted to say that I still hold my Luna, but carry on with your explanation.
Okay, good. All right. Good. That's a good one. So it's good to hold it on. it's good to hold on to it, because there's one thing Luna is trying to do. One of the aims of every crypto is to disrupt the traditional financial service industry. Yes, but Luna is trying to be on top of it. Let me put it that way. Are you getting what I mean? That's what cryptocurrency is all about. To disrupt the traditional financial service industry. Time will fail me to explain this. If I can take up to 2 hours to talk about it. They have so much fundamentals, they have so many use cases, they have, is it the Anchor protocol? Is it which one? What do you want to talk about? But now, there's one coin that is making wave there so much. And that, to me, that coin is that it did a whole lot. The performance was dazzling in 2021. That coin is Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu did a lot. Almost 25 million%. No coin has ever done that in the history of crypto. I've been here for a long time, for some time. I've never seen that kind of percentage before in the crypto space. 25 million%. Ha. But now, yes, they are building a lot of use cases around it, but it has lost about, let's say, roughly 60% of that. Am I correct? Yeah, 60% of that have been lost. So now, the one I am looking at for, yes, it will do a lot of things. Shiba will do a lot of things this year. But can it get to that 25 million%? I doubt it. But will it make something? Yes. People are looking for it to get to $1, but to me, that's literally impossible. That's literally impossible for me. Can it happen? Anything can happen in the crypto space. But it's literally impossible for me because there will be so much inflation in the world. If that happens, a lot of people have millions of it. People will just turn to billionaires overnight. So I don't think that will happen. I'm just being rational. I'm just trying to tell you the truth, the way I feel. But will it make some gains? Yes, it will make some gains. To me now, when I'm talking about Terra, it's the second largest decentralized finance ecosystem in the crypto economy. The second. The first is what? Ethereum. You understand? There's so much popularity for meme coins everywhere and other. Shiba Inu is in the race. But I'm thinking that Terra Luna will do a lot for this year, 2022. That's because what they are doing, if you check now into CoinMarketCap, this CoinMarketCap now has registered more than 9,200 according to the latest report I got. CoinMarketCap, and remember, not every coin is in CoinMarketCap, but CoinMarketCap alone have listed over 9,200 different cryptocurrencies. And all of them, when you look at the market cap, it's just about $1.8 something trillion. That's almost $2 trillion. That's what it is. So with so many options, it's hard, very difficult to identify a worthwhile investment. Very difficult. That's why you need someone who will show you something. And then with so many meme coins around, some of them just carry metaverse. They just put name metaverse, put NFT, put game. Remember, that's the three industries that will really move on. So all the meme coins can just come and put all those things in place. Put the name there, you see their website, metaverse, this, that, for them to be able to attract people. So you need to be very careful. So, but now, when I'm looking at this thing, the most popular of the meme coins is Shiba. Why am I talking about it too? It's because I still believe that Shiba will make some gain. If it's not, I won't be talking about it anyway because there are so many other meme coins too. Satama, Flocky, we have which one? they call it, there's so many of them. There's one that we bought the other time. That one is still okay. And there's so many meme coins. The meme coins are too much. Kishinu and some other there. Even there's one they call Shiba Dodge now. Shiba Dodge is also okay. There's so many meme coins that are out there that they are trying to do a whole lot together. But now, let's look at the case for Terra now. Terra Luna. Now, the way I want to look at the case of this Terra itself is that they do it in a way that is a programmable blockchain powered by two different tokens. They powered it by two different tokens. First, they have the Terra USD, that USD. They have it. It's a stable coin, that they use just like USDT, BUSDT, and all that. That's the Terra stable coin. Then they tied it with another one. Then the second one is this one, which is the Luna. That's a cryptocurrency. It's volatile like every other one. Remember, the other one is just a stable coin and so many other things. So you need to understand that the two of them, so they have to build. And now they have cross-chain to Cosmos ecosystem and then Solana, which means they are going to do a whole lot of things together because the framework is upon Cosmos before. That's what it is. So now let's look at this now. There's something I want to really talk. Let me be showing us something. Now look at the website of Luna. Now, how do I get the website? Let me show you. Once you come here, okay, now look at the ecosystem, the tags. You look at it here, you can see they have, it's Cosmos ecosystem and then Solana ecosystem, Terra ecosystem. They have its own Terra ecosystem and all that. So now, so many things you look at their store of value. If you look at the tax payments, I said when I was starting that when it comes to cryptocurrency, that the idea of the cryptocurrency is aimed to disrupt the traditional financial service industry. And Terra, to me, is at the top of it, is at the forefront. So many things is going to happen in this space. All you just have to do is to make sure that you are part of this move. Because if you're not part of this move, do you know the circulating supply of Terra? Circulating. Okay, let's look at the total supply. Now, if the total supply is 800 and something, circulating is 400 and something. Now, what are the other ones for? It's for the stakings and other things that are happening in Luna. So now, when you look at it, okay, let's look at the maximum supply. The maximum supply is about 1 billion. So now, and then they have done so many things to an extent it has reduced to 800 and something. There's so many things that I've done. Then now, if you let me look at one of their ecosystems first. That will show you something that you don't. Look at the ecosystem. There's so many things now. Let's look at the Anchor protocol. We have so many other protocols, but let's look at the Anchor protocol and so many other things that are there. Let's take a look at the ecosystem. If you look at the ecosystem here, you find that they have insurance, they have lending, they have so many things. They have no protocol, and so look at things that are here. That if you look at this one is disrupting the financial industry straight. Now, then you can save, you can borrow, you can do so many things. There's so many things you can do here. With what they have a future. That's why I just look at it. I'm looking at the time now because I want to allow you to talk something. I'm looking at this now as something. Okay, let me just look at something. The protocol, which is a launch pad. Everything. There are companies that will come and they'll be like they put everything together for you to really do your business and do it very well. I get it. So now, if you check all the things here today, many things I've seen, and the team is already known. They are very good at so many things that they are doing that you can really check up and do a lot with the company. Now, there's one protocol I'm going to show us where you can put your UST, and then you start earning from the anchor protocol. If I send you the link now, you go there, you can just come, you put it something, you now you put your money there, and then you start earning. You can still borrow from there. Are you getting? When you look at it, look at it here, it's a fixed yield platform with borrowing yields. Anchor offers frictionless access. Anchor savings has no minimum deposit account free or sign up requirement. It can be used by anybody. You can read more about it here. So now you can go into it, and then I can launch the app for you to see how you can do so many things with this. Look at the app where you can just put what you need to put there. You go to the app, you log in, you put in so many, you just put your money, and then I just want to talk about one aspect of this. There's so many things that is attached to Luna. Now, when you look at it now, you begin to get the USD is what I told you. That is their own. This is their own stable coin. You can see it. So many people have it. You can see it everywhere. You can just check it, and then even to the USD. You may say the USD is not yet popular, but it's popular among those who are using Luna. And the Anchor protocol is where you come. So many things that you can do to earn. You can just earn. All you need to do is that's 19.50. You just deposit your Anchor here, your USD. Maybe you just have some money that you don't need. You just want to put it here. You just put it here and all that in the USD, and then when you have expected interest that are coming to you and other things, and then so many other things that you connect your wallet and you start. If you want to borrow whatever you want to borrow, you use your business as collateral, and then you borrow. Many things are here. I'm just showing you just one aspect of it. So with all this in place, and with all these, we call it use cases, they are using the platform to do this, to do that, to stay on this one. So you now begin to think, what will now happen to this coin? There was a time, people were talking that this coin is going to go to $30-something. So one of us asked me about it. I said, with what is happening in Anchor, I only see it at 45. That's the lowest I can see, but I'm not seeing anything that's something that would be hard to see. It's very hard to see, but if it happens, I'm not the kind that will say, okay, because I've said it, I don't want it to get there. Okay, he was even talking about 25. I could remember 25, I said 45. The worst case scenario is 30-something, but I'm seeing 45. I'm not seeing anything that has to do with, I said 25, no, that's not possible anymore. That price has come and gone forever. So those who didn't buy, they should not forget about it. It's not possible. But yet, it went to that 45, I mean 44 or something, and then get back up. And it's here. That was one of our training. I think it was one of our training. Either is it this training or in our, I don't know what of the training he asked me, or we'll talk about, because other people responded when I was looking at it. So that's what you want to know, that this coin is one of the coins that I believe will do a whole lot. Please don't sell for those of you who bought it cheaper when we bought it last time. That was last year, we bought it around $8, $7. Some of us started from $2 to buy and $3 to buy. So, but at the end of the day, please don't just rush to go and sell it yet. You still have a lot to do. Shiba will still do his own, but I believe in having the hunch in me that Terra will do crazy stuff this year. So you just have to just get that at the back of your mind. We have 15 minutes more to go, and I want to, maybe I can allow you to ask your questions now as we round up. If there's any question, please raise your hand or contribution. Are you getting? There's so much to talk about this. I can't stop talking about it because what they have is something else. I just can't understand. The thing is like, seriously, very serious. They're the second largest DeFi ecosystem next to Ethereum. Are you getting? So, Madam Informa, your hand is up, please. Sorry. can talk now. Hello, madam, can you unmute yourself and talk? Okay, now, based on this, I've already answered the first question, but because of the recording, let me answer it now. I said, is it a good time to get Luna? Yes. If you want to get it now, then don't get it with all the money you want to use. Maybe you just map out that, okay, I'm just giving an instance, $300 that you want to use. You can use 150 to buy the Luna, just an instance. And then if it drop, maybe tomorrow and next, as I said, then you can now use the other 350 to buy. If you drop again, you buy more until you finish your listing, and then you forget about it. Then buying it, once you just finish it, you just leave it there. You can wait for a drop, and this market get to 42,600 to 43,000, and that's maybe that you have missed it. Are you getting? So instead of to miss it, it would have been better you get it. Then for you talking about trading, you don't need to know how to trade. Trade itself is all about the same thing we do outside. That's trade. What is trade? Somebody is going to buy something cheap and sell it in profit. When the best trade and the most secure trade in crypto is spot trading. It's likened to the same trade you do in the conventional business. Somebody may go to somewhere and buy a furniture or buy clothes. Like us in Lagos, we have a Dumota market. We have Oshodi market. You can go there and buy clothes and then go to your own local market to sell, or even in your shop, on your boutique to sell. When you come there, you expect to sell it high. If someone come and price it low for you, you won't sell. You can go and import something, computer, clothes, anything outside the country at a cheap rate. You come back here, you add your expenses and everything, and put it for you to sell. So all you just need to know that in trade is all about buying low and selling high. You sell at a profit. You go to a supermarket and they told you that this bread is 100 naira. And you tell the person, do the bread come down to 80 naira? He said, yes. That's what we call limit order. You just said, okay, anytime you come to $80, please, I put my trade here. If you come down to $80, sell for me. Then when it comes down to $80, the person will come to you and you sell. And when you buy it, if it goes to 150, that's when you want to sell because you want to sell at a profit. If you sell it at $50, it is not the market that costs it. You are the one who don't have patience. That's why I said spot trading is better than futures trading for newbies. There is no way you can keep it there for 5 years. As long as your market has not reached your price, you won't sell. But before you know it, one day it will go parabolic, as long as you're in a very good coin. But when you know that you don't have any other money to do business, it happens in business too. They say this market has stayed here for a long time. Let us do clearance sales for us to use it to buy more market and then do more. Then you now saw a business that you want to buy. Know this coin are very cheap. If I buy it, what it is now, you can decide to go and say, if you don't have any way of cash flow coming to you, and then you use it to buy this one, you will do that. But I'm telling you, most time, if that coin is good, you will end up regretting it because you move the money to this place and that coin start going up. And you say, I wish I would have kept it. But whatever happens is now for you. You don't need to have too much understanding. What you need is how do I know the best coins to buy. But how to buy and sell is very simple to them. We have some of the videos in our YouTube channel on how you can, and I'm going to be doing some YouTube channels specifying specific topics on how to buy, how to sell, all those things. But we do that in our challenge group, taking people along to make sure that they understand this thing. And that is just for the challenge group that you asked. We have 2 spots remaining, 2 spots. And I don't know when that close, and after that spot closed, that's the end of it, because me too, it's really overwhelming me, because I have to really make sure that everybody is in line. So taking people one by one, making sure that people do this is really overwhelming. It's not an easy task. So I want to take the number that I can handle. I want everybody to be successful, but everybody cannot be there. So immediately that is closed, I can't open for anything. There is no way that I will open that again once it is closed, because even the one I'm having is so much headache on me. The job is really tedious, but I've signed up for it, and I'm going to do it to make sure that I build people who really understand how to do crypto business the right way. So that's the reason for it. We have 2 spots remaining, and once that is done, that's closed. If care is not taken forever. It's because after this time, we have other things we are going to do next year. We have other things to do next year. So there are so many things for us to do together. So we'll continue with the same people going forward. But we'll have our free groups here. We'll continue dishing out information. We'll continue dishing out information and make sure that everybody is fine. So no problem, you still have information there, and we'll continue to do. So if somebody say any update on that, there's so much of Matic is true. Matic, they don't need to talk about Matic, because Matic is something that if you have it, your budget at a very good rate, but you can see that Matic is up now. So what we're looking at is the next Matic now. So it's not that some of the updates you are giving are for those who have it already, or those who have it but they don't have the required number they need, and they have some money in order to add to it. Are you getting? But when we see a good coin, low gen coins that are still okay, it has a future, so that you can understand. Most times, we don't go and pick a coin because it is doing well. We already called it, and we want to tell the people who have it, please don't sell. There's still more coming in the coin. Are you getting what I mean? So that's just it. But if it's a new coin, it has to be low gen, because we like to spot coins before it goes. I can't see a coin that I've done present and I tell you, hey, you see this coin? It's very good. That's when you. That means I just saw it went up. That's when I'm talking about it. I don't. That's not research. Are you getting? So that's it. So I don't know about that. So for Vicky, so that we're talking about what, then chat with me on my WhatsApp. Chat with me on my WhatsApp. So from there we can talk about it. Chat with me on WhatsApp. So I hope you have my number. You can chat with me. Then we can talk on that. All right. So any other question? Any other question? All right. Okay, now I want to just call it a day. So now, what I want you to do, please, make sure that the coins that you have that are good, keep them and make sure you study more about them and then build on it, because it will help. For those of you who miss miners or who have it and sold it as a cheap rate, I take responsibility for that, because I didn't have, didn't have this closure that we have talking about this. Most of you wanted to sell it. I only said, okay, go ahead, but are you sure that that's what you want to do? You say, yeah, how can I turn this thing to Bitcoin? No, they only want to just turn it to Bitcoin because of the platform, the way they were doing and all that. And then I said, okay, I just show you it's easy to turn this thing to Bitcoin and transfer it to your Binance. So, but I should have stood my ground and said, no, well, when people are just saying, this is what I need to do, you have nothing to do, you just have to allow them to do their bidding. But for now, those of us who are on the other side, you don't have to do your bidding anymore. At least it is my right to hold you by the hand and say, no, don't do this. Later on, you will see that the thing will work well. But if you still insist, I will allow you, but I will say, I hate to say I told you so, because other times it will happen. So somebody is still talking about Matic, any update of Matic. Please, I've already said that before, that Matic, there's so much update of Matic, so many things now. I told you the other day about what they are planning and all the update that they are going to Matic is going to move in. Cardano we'll talk about. So just like I said, for Matic, you don't need an update of Matic. Matic is there. So many things are building up on the ecosystem right now. We all know it's a layer 2 protocol, and we know that so many use cases are coming. Even they have so many things that are building up on. So there's nothing, you don't need much information on Matic. If you have it, hold it. But if you don't have it, okay, can you buy if that is what you want to hear? Yes, you can buy, because Matic already have gone to 2-point-something dollars. But now, Matic, what's the price of Matic now? What's the price of Matic? But I still have another way to go. That I'm trying to check the price of Matic now. So that I know if it has gone 2-point-something dollars. The Matic is at 1.7. Why it has recovered? Recovered in 2 points. It has a lot of things to recover. The all-time high was 2.7 just of recent. So that means if $1 will add to it another. Yes, it's going to get if you want to have it. But it's not that you need to understand. Okay, what are we looking at for? The low gems. Let me just tell you, we're looking at the when we bought Matic was 0.001. That's the kind of coin we are looking at for. Not when he has done $1, $2, $3, he's making wave everywhere. They are not looking, not that this thing will not make another gain, it will. But the thing is all about us spotting the low gems when nobody is saying it. That's what crypto is all about. When the news is everywhere, it's now news. People are buying the news and they're making money for those who bought the rumor. That's exactly how it is. But is it good to buy? Yes, it's good to buy. Will you make some gains? Yes, you will. Please. Are you getting it? It will. If that's what you want to hear, that is the truth. I'm not faking it. It's true. Buy Matic. Matic is still going to get to $3, $4. It will do well. But what we're looking at is the low gems that people have not seen. In the crypto review, we are reviewing the market. And at the same time, review coins that we've called before that we feel that you can still hold. They're still okay. You can still hold it. There's still more gains to do. So if you don't have needs for money, please keep it. But in the other side, what we're looking for is low gems. The same way we got Cardano, we got Matic, we got Solana. That's what we're looking for. Which one is the less lunar? Which one is the less Cardano? Which one is the Matic? That's what we're looking at for. And once we get it, that's why we're spreading out. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of them will just play out the same way as this. And when you can see Matic miners I talk about now, we got it at 0.0 something. Even some people call it at $1, some $2, $3 then. So now we're looking at it making it. Will it make more gains? Yes. Is it good to buy? Yes. Or how can you know the next one, the next big one? That's the ultimate. And you get it. But if you are not part of us, just get on this page. You can still keep your money intact and keep it well. Bye for now and have a great day ahead, a great week ahead. See you again next Saturday. But for those in crypto challenge, we're going to meet on Monday. And it's not going to be Tuesday anymore because I want to hurriedly let's do what we wanted to do that we disrupt that we didn't do on Friday. So at least let's bring it forward and do it on Monday. All right, thank you all and God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.